Do you have do you put your prices on your website, or do you have like, well, someone rings you and you say, okay, look, I can see the condition of the car. How do you work out?
So there's no pricing online. There used to be. Now, when
Do
I
you have
first
like a guide price or something so people have an idea, or
no,
no?
no.
Okay.
So
It's
let me
tricky,
explain.
isn't it?
Well, when I first started, I said I don't want my prices online because so many people price shop, and
Mm.
that's what I genuinely hate. I love building a relationship with the client, whether it's over the phone for 5-15 minutes, or it's at a gas station, like, or it's just word of mouth. Like, I love building a relationship with the client, so that way you're kind of more personable. It's a personable experience, and then at that time they're like, I like this guy. I want to do business with him. It doesn't matter what the price is. And then I got to the point where the business was growing exponentially, and we ended up needing a CRM system instead of writing everything down on pen and paper in a book. We got a CRM system, which, if you guys are listening, I highly recommend you look into You're Able. It's just You Are Able. It's a company based out of the U.S. They're great. The whole team is great, and it's a phenomenal system to use. And within that, I was actually able to integrate the CRM system into the website, and I could put all the pricing of the services on it. Now, fast forward to today, we're still using that CRM system, but we've actually taken the integration off the website for all the prices of services we offer, because, like you said, some vehicles are worse than others. I have to see it, whether it's a detailing, whether it's like a mobile interior cleaning or exterior cleaning, or it's a 1, 2, 3-step paint correction. Like, everything is different. I'm going to have to see it before we
Yeah,
start
because
talking.
if you've got someone who maintains their car to a reasonable standard, so when they say it's dirty, like me, when I say my car's dirty, it normally means that it's rained and it's got a bit of dust in the water of the rain. So then the car just looks a bit, because mine's a black car, it looks like, it needs another wash. But all it really needs is a rinse, snow foam, and a rinse, top up of sealant maybe, and then air dry, and that's it. It's done. Like 40 minutes and you're sort of done. Then if I don't do it and keep on top of it, then it takes me like 3-4 hours, because I need to do it right from the start all the way back up. But once you've done it all the way back up, then it's like easy. So you could go to someone and they go, oh, it's not that dirty. You get there, you're like, your version of not dirty and my version are way apart. Yeah. I'm going to have to get like the steam cleaner out to clean the interior and all this stuff, because it's like mud ingrained, and it just needs a quick hoover. We've all heard that.
I mean, we all hear it. You see the memes where people are like, yeah, it just needs a quick vacuum. And it's like a meme where the lady is actually a hoarder, and it's got McDonald's trash and Chick-fil-A.
1984.
Oof. Yeah.
What's speaking of that then, what is one of, you haven't got to say who or what the car was or anything, but what is one of like the worst jobs you've got to? You've gone there and you've gone, okay, they said it's dirty, but it's like, how dirty can it be? And you've just gone, I need to put gloves on for this. That type of like, when you know in yourself, you get and you're like, oh, it's going to make my skin crawl. I'm going to need to shower as soon as I've finished.
Well, definitely have my fair share of those type of jobs. Hey, it's not too bad. You get there and I'm putting gloves on, we're taking the trim pieces,
face masks,
and things. But the worst one was probably about a year ago. It was actually a mold job. So this client had dropped off their car at a tire shop. I think he had something wrong with his axle. Took forever to get fixed, and one of the mechanics didn't realize that he actually opened the sunroof, and it sat for multiple weeks, if not 2 months, and it rained a couple times, and then the moisture and whatnot. So this was a Ford Focus that came in for mold removal. And it was
already sounds like a horrible job.
It was disgusting. I mean, we took the seats out, the center console, we took out as much stuff as possible. Yeah. And I mean, I can't tell you how many times that we used the ozone treatment to.
I was going to say, did you use that? Like, that's that smoke machine, isn't it? You put in the car and leave it with the windows up.
Yep. So that cleans the air filtration system. Yeah. Every time that you use the ozone, just a helpful tip for anybody listening, you want to change the cabin air filter. That helps tremendously. We shampooed not only the seats, but the carpets multiple times. And then we also used a steam cleaner. And at the end of it, it was actually an insurance job from the shop that had caused the issue. So insurance paid for it. And right before the client was going to get the car back, we were going to have a mold test done. So basically somebody come out and run a test to make sure all the mold, if not majority of it's gone.
Yeah.
And the day before the guy was going to come out, the owner said, you know what, I'm just going to end up selling the car. So we didn't get to experience that. But that was by far the most disgusting car that I've ever done.
Yeah, it doesn't sound pleasant. It's like
not nifty is what it was.
No. No, it wasn't nifty, but you made it nifty.
It was definitely.
That always made me laugh whenever you post those shots. People obviously 50-50 shots. Everyone on Instagram loves a 50-50, regardless of what it is. And then you decided, genius mind, very good, very clever. It was 50 nifty. I was like, that's like pun intended, but clever.
Exactly. And
I like that. Smart.
I didn't come up with that. That was actually somebody that used to work for me. He came up with that, and I'm like, I don't know if we need to trademark this or what, but
that's clever.
Yeah. So kudos to him for that.
I must admit, I saw it. I was like, I like that. That's cheesy, but it works.
Oh yeah. If you go to our Instagram, in the highlights, it says, let's go to it. You got the about highlight, then you got the ceramic coating, PPF and wraps, and then you got one that says 50 nifty, and it's solely just you put a piece of tape down. It's the bad side and the good side.
The 50 side and the nifty side.
Yep, exactly.
So, considering your business has expanded, you've rebranded, you've taken on new services, is there anything you can tell us without giving away too much about what the future holds? Little sneak peek, just a little pull of the curtain maybe to
yeah, I could say two things. So if you guys don't already know, within the rebrand, it comes the way we said it was kind of wrong, but the rebrand comes with 5 new elements. So if you look at our logo, it has 5 peaks, so it kind of looks like mountains, and then it says Nifty Auto. So the peaks represent 5 new elements that are coming to the business. So it's really 4 new elements, because one of the peaks is Nifty Auto, and Nifty Auto is the detailing side of things. It's any type of customization, in a sense, window tint, wraps, things of that nature. And another one is it's actually going to be a podcast that I'm starting up. So I'm going to leverage the clientele that Nifty has. We're going to bring on certain guests. Yes, we have a lot of clientele that's in the higher end side of things, professional businessmen, ball players, music producers, artists. But at the end of the day, we're not going to solely focus on that. We're going to focus on the everyday person as well. And I don't want to touch on too much of it, but the podcast is going to be helping tremendously with mental health. Like I said a little earlier, mental health is, has a lot of effect on all of us.
It's been a big thing across the world, isn't it, over the last couple of years, really?
100%. And me growing up, the world has kind of taught me as a young man, it's kind of frowned upon to talk about mental health. Well,
I'm a little bit older than you. I won't say how old, but a little bit older. And so like even when I was young as a kid, you were always, if you got hurt, you just talked to you don't show it, let alone like say my granddad. If you would, so for someone of your age, you're 25.
Yep.
I would say you're more free in today's society, put my teeth in, to express your feelings and talk about mental health, as where like people that are a lot older than us, it was always frowned upon. But I think in the last 2 years, if anything, taught us from experiences is that you need to talk about it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're old school and you're like, no, we don't talk about our feelings, or you're new school and you just got to. So that sounds like a good idea.
I appreciate it. Talking out about mental health is definitely more popular within the last like 5 to 8 years. But man, it's something that we're not, I feel like is not talked much about. Not only the social media following that I have on the business side of things, but even personal. I have a lot of people that are either younger, same age, or even older that look up to me. Like I have people that I look up to that have come to me like, Chris, I love what you're doing. Like, and we have certain conversations where they're basically saying that they look up to me, and it's like, okay, well, if that's the case, let's talk. Like, let's get to the nitty gritty of things. We're at a point in society where you have to be raw and you have to be authentic for people really to understand you, hear you out. And I think that's really what's going to take you to the next level, not only personable, but even on the business side of things. You were explaining how these certain people that you'd love to meet at SEMA, how they do on their YouTube and stuff. And I commented, yes, that's because they're raw and authentic. And
they just come across as personable. They're sort of like like an average person. They don't come across as like, I'm Mr. Big, I've got 2 million people subscribing to me and what I say is gospel. They're just like, hey, this is what I do. This is how I found things. And
yeah,
you want to watch, if you want to watch and learn, then great. This is, and that's like, oh, okay, yeah, cool. That seems interesting. All right. It's always helpful when they have anyone. It doesn't matter who it is. Whenever you see a video on YouTube, if someone has like a cool car to work on, it sort of draws your attention and, things like that. Or it's just interesting, whatever you find interesting. I like all sorts of things with cars. It doesn't matter.
Exactly. So just real quick, back to the podcast. I mean, it's not a podcast for mental health. Just understand it's going to be a podcast that helps with your mental health.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to create a source to shine a light for people that think it's hard to speak up and speak out, because it's been hard for me.
So you want to give them an avenue where they can.
Exactly. Where they can say, you know what, Chris, me too. Me too. I've gone through that, or I'm going through that, and I got that phrase, me too, from Jeremy Stevens, owner of Shine Supply. Last it's called Shine Showdown. It's the event that I'm going to this weekend over at my buddy Chase's shop in Alabama. It's called Insane Auto Paint Detail. You guys look him up on Instagram. Every year he has a show called Shine Showdown. But Jeremy couldn't make it to the show last year, so he hopped on a call, and man, just one of the things that he started talking about was just being raw, personable, authentic, and a lot of people can relate to that. And then one of the main things that he said was like, I just want to be more open and personable, so that way people know that they're not the only ones going through whatever they're going through. Like, me too, so I feel like I can help tremendously with that. And then the other avenues, the other elements in the business are automotive related. Again, it's not always about detailing when it comes to Nifty now. We're wanting to create an all-inclusive solution, not only a one-stop shop, but just offering more services that really I don't think many other detailers, definitely not in Atlanta, but in the nation or world, are doing within their detailing company. So I'm very, very excited. And man,
you've always got to offer something, either do a better job than your competitors and also offer a different service to gain customers.
Yeah,
it helps, right? If you, especially like you said earlier about like things like wheel refurbishments, things like that. You can have an accident. Our roads over here a lot of them aren't fantastic. Local roads, they're not always the best. You have potholes and things, so you could easily be driving your any car along, and you hit one of those, and you get like a little scratch or something on it, and you could be miles away from the curb, and it's just that you hit a pothole or something, and you've got a little scuff or whatever, and they could be painted. Like mine are black, and I'm always super careful. And if ever I think, I've just hit something, whenever I get home or stop wherever I'm going, I always check. I go, no, it's fine. But you could have an, and you go, okay, great. While it's in getting ceramic coated, getting cleaned, whatever. Can you just sort out this wheel? It needs a repair, whether that's a smart repair or whether it's the whole thing. But you know, that type of thing that you can offer, that's helpful, because then people will want that, and that's more business for you.
Yeah.
And it also saves the customer going, right, once I've had the car cleaned and then got to go and take it to the other place, and they've got to have that for a week, as where they can go, well, I can just leave it with Chris for a week and I know it's all done.
Yeah. And then when they pick it up, it's completely nifty.
Yeah. And it must, again, that sets you apart from your competitors.
Yeah, man. Branding's everything. I mean, since the moment that I created Nifty Nichols Detailing, you could almost always find me in my own apparel. It would one day be nice to have nothing but Louis Vuitton clothes and things of that nature. But at the same time, who's to say that I can't create a brand that's Louis Vuitton's fashion, okay? But Nifty Auto, that's...
I know what you mean. You could just see like the average person down the street, like, or whatever, but you walk down some suburban street, someone's washing their car, they turn around and they've got your logo on the t-shirt.
Yeah, no. I feel like I've actually done a very good job, and I don't want to come off cocky by any means, but what I've been doing with creating the brand Nifty is impactful, because like you said, whenever the gentleman that used to work for me that created 50 Nifty, so instead of 50-50, like I was having other detailers not only in the US, globally, Australia, the UK, they were using 50 Nifty and they were tagging us. Like, it's because of the brand that we've created here at Nifty that is just nifty.
That's quite cool though, isn't it? If you're over there in Atlanta and then you get like tagged in the thing, you're like, what am I tagged in? It's someone in like Australia going, hey, look, 50 Nifty, and they tagged you in. You're like, oh, that's quite cool. That would be cool.
Exactly. And every year we raise money for breast cancer. We do a fundraiser. So this is actually the third year. We run it from the 1st to the 31st of October. All the money is donated to a nonprofit charity. And last year I had, you might even follow her. I can't remember her name, but on Instagram, it's at detailing_girl. So detailing girl.
She's in the Netherlands.
Yeah, she's awesome. And she bought a breast cancer t-shirt. She threw a little bit extra on, not only because the shipping was crazy, but she wanted to show her support. And it's like, oh my God, I've never imagined I have Nifty shirts out there. Here recently.
Yeah, last year you did the pink shirts, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. No, the year
before, the first year, yeah. This year you got the black with the pink lettering and stuff, yeah.
Yep. And then here recently, like, we have 4 different detailers, 3 or 4 in Brazil that like found out about our TikTok and our YouTube, and like they're speaking Portuguese, and I don't know Portuguese, but I can hear it when they're talking about Nifty. And like, it's incredible, man, because the brand that has been created regarding Nifty, like even here in Atlanta, like if you say anything about Nifty, they're like, oh, so you do business with them. Like, that's awesome.
That must be cool.
Yeah, no, it's incredible, man. I love it. Again, if you would have told me that the business would be where it's at today when I was 15 years old, I would
not believe some. Yeah, you wouldn't believe them.
I'd laugh, man. I'd laugh. I'm like a little
15 as you're washing your car with a sponge.
Man, I used to use Purple Power on the car, and Purple Power is a heavy degreaser that you could get at any auto parts store. I mean, I was using
Dawn soap.
I used Dawn dish soap one time. Oh my gosh, man, the glow up.
One fell swoop.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone starts from there, don't they?
Yeah.
And then you learn a little bit, and you're like, oh, then you like go, oh, hang on, this is like expensive. And then it's like, now if I go into my garage, and if I was to buy everything I've got in my garage now, like if I was to go, right, tomorrow I'm going to go online and buy everything, it cost me a fortune. It's taken me a while to build things up. You don't just start one day and great, I'm going to buy £400 worth of detailing products and equipment, because like a pressure washer is like, I don't know, 150, good one, if not more. And then you go, right, I need buckets, I need towels and cloths and all sorts. It's adds up.
Oh, it really does.
And you go, right, then I want some product. Then I need some detailing products. I need shampoos and, like I said, fallout removers or decontamination. And you go, but I need sealants. I need waxes.
And
then you go, right, actually, I need to do paint correction. And you're like, okay, well, I need a machine. That's like £200. And you're like,
Yeah. So what I could say about that, since we're kind of on this topic, is for the other detailers that are listening, whether you're just now starting out or you've been at it for a while and you're just kind of in this funk because the weather's changing and now you're like about to go into the slow season of detailing, just understand that it's taken several years for myself and any other reputable detailers that you guys watch or listen to. It's taken several years to get to where we are today. So don't think that you have to go out and buy the brand new van and have a $5,000 wrap on the van and have the best setup, the best products and everything all at once within your first month of doing business. Like, no, it takes time to get to that. You don't need to have the nicest stuff right off the bat to make $20,000+ in a month doing mobile detailing. You have to learn the craft and get your basic in and out services, your wash and vacs, whatever you want to call them, down pat before you can start focusing on paint correction and ceramic coatings. And when you do start to do ceramic coatings, make sure you're using a reputable company and not some of these brands that you can buy off of Amazon, because sometimes
the product's not great or there's something wrong with it.
So yeah, that's one thing. If I could say to a young detailer, don't go out and get a $20,000+ loan and buy all this brand new stuff and think that you're gonna make it back right away.
You're definitely right. If you started off, it's to do a good service, like you said, just a good wash and a good inside clean.
Yeah.
Start off with what you need, and you can go on eBay, find equipment there, go on the selling pages in your local area, find, people are always selling off stuff.
Yep.
And start from there.
Exactly.
We've all got to start somewhere.
Yeah, you have to. And the only way that you're going to get good at anything at all, is by starting today and doing it now. And just understand that you're going to mess up. People are going to make fun of you, but just look past all that. Stay focused.
Hard work, dedication.
Yeah, stay focused. Being passionate, doing what's best for you, and just keep your eyes, like, I don't want to say keep your eyes on the prize, but
I thought you was going to say that. I was like, oh, that's really corny, but that's what I would have said. Keep your eyes on the prize, kid.
Journey, like, write down your goals, whether it's a 1 month goal, a 3 month, 6 month, 1, 5, 10-year goal, and lay a brick a day. Stay focused on laying that brick a day. Get up early, do what you have to do, and just stay focused and stay passionate.
So speaking of helpful tips, you've been doing this for a few years. You've built up a business from basically nothing to this large conglomerate of slowly taking over Atlanta.
Yeah.
What tips would you give people, or that you can give? What tips can you give people from your experience? Like when you've had, it could be anything from like how best ways to do an interior detail on certain aspects, or like if you have an issue with paint correction where you've come across and things, what sort of tips could you'll share? What top 3 tips? What would be your top 3 tips to anyone? It doesn't have to be, could be like someone like me, who's a weekend warrior, could be another detailer who goes, oh yeah, that's actually a really good idea. I'm going to try that. I've had an issue with that before. So because you're professional doesn't mean you know everything.
Yeah, no, I do not know everything. First off, first and foremost, mobile detailers. I highly recommend your service whether you're doing a basic in and out or a full on detail, always start on the inside of the vehicle first and then go to the outside. And then when you go to the outside, always wash the wheels and wheel wells and rockers first. And then always start from the top and work your way down. And I say this because in Florida, the pollen is really bad. So I used to wash vehicles first, do the inside. And then when I'm done, not only is the inside filled with pollen because all the doors are open, but the outside's covered in pollen. So then I have to rewash it. Wheels are also the dirtiest part, wheel wells and the rockers of the vehicle. So you want to make sure that you get all that crap off as soon as possible. And it's just always a great technique to start from the top and work your way down. When you're talking about spraying the vehicle off, foaming it, washing it, spraying it off again, that's what I recommend. If you don't have a Tornador, if you don't have an air compressor, get an air compressor on your mobile detailing setup and get a Tornador. Those are amazing. They save so much time when it comes to interior cleanings, whether it's a basic in and out service or a full detail, because it shoots air in a circular motion and it gets all that crap up out of the cracks, air vents, carpets, things of that nature. And on the outside, when you're going to dry the vehicle, you can use it. Oh, well, Chris, I could just use a simple nozzle that shoots air straight. Yeah, but if you have one that's doing this number, spinning, and you're hitting the grill and you're hitting the tires to dry it completely and the lugs before you put tire shine on, that way the tire shine doesn't sling when your client drives off 30 minutes after your service. Get you a Tornador. Oh, and a little plug here, Lily Brush. Not sure if you guys know what those are.
Yeah, we have those.
Lily Brush is amazing. It's amazing. So anybody that is ever dealing with those interiors that's filled with dog hair, get you a Lily Brush.
Yeah, I've seen loads of YouTube videos or just like little reels or something on Instagram where someone's there like lily brush and then like standard brush. And it's like you can't really compare. I know there are other brushes that do similar, but yeah, lily brush seems to be the go-to for pet hair removal. So what other tips would you recommend, Chris?
Yeah, I would say focus on not being so much of a yes man. So that's something that I still to this day struggle with, is I have a hard time saying no to things because I'm too much of a people pleaser. I want to make sure that I get as many jobs as possible. Yes, that saying, do quality work over quantity, but I became so much of a yes man over the last year and a half that I hate to say it, but we were doing more quantity than quality sometimes. And that showed, you don't have to be so focused on pleasing everybody. Just make sure that you're doing enough to obviously pay the overhead, pay everybody's bills and whatnot. Yes, you want to make money, because that's what we're in business for. We're to make money. But don't get so caught up in trying to please everybody. Yes, customer satisfaction and customer service is top priority. But if you're not, you can get caught up in taking care of other people's needs that you're neglecting yourself. And self-care and self-health is top priority than anything else. So whether you're a business owner or you're somebody that's maybe like a top manager, in your job or just whatever, if that's a tip that really relates to you, then I would try to work on saying no a lot more often, and don't load your schedule up so much, whether it comes to work or you're doing a lot on the weekends or whatever, because you got to have time for yourself to reset, recharge,
decompress.
Yeah.
I know when it comes to like cleaning glass, a lot of detailers just hate cleaning glass.
I hate it.
Really?
I hate it.
It's always good though, isn't it, when you get it clean and it looks absolutely spot on.
Yeah,
so
but
you hate it, but you obviously have to do it. What's your process to make it look
I'm
good?
calling a detailer to clean glass. No, I'm just kidding.
We have this glass guy. Amazing.
So cleaning window tinted glass, that's a lot easier than cleaning virgin glass that doesn't have any window tint. I do not know why. I guess something with the film versus normal
Probably.
glass. Get you 2 different rags. Like, I could put a plug in for so many different brands of glass cleaner, but honestly, man, you could get
Go
isopropyl.
for it. It's fine.
Yeah, you could get isopropyl alcohol, 70-90%. Put it in your spray bottle, maybe like just a teeny bit. The rest water, deionized or distilled water, that's fine too. That's a cheap way to make glass cleaner. It's perfect. Try not to use it in direct sunlight. I know it's hard for mobile detailers. Like, if the glass is hot, then you can't really get away with that. But when you're doing the windshield, don't spray the whole windshield. Work in sections. If you got to do the whole windshield in 4 sections, that's what you got to do. But have 2 rags. I will give a little plug to G-Technic because they have amazing glass rags. I forget what they're called, but they're basically blue little waffle weave rags. And you use that first one, and then you come back with either another one or their MF1, which is a normal gray microfiber, and that'll break down any haze that's left over from the first pass.
There you go, people. You heard it from the horse's mouth. Now, a lot of people also say they don't like doing interiors. I love doing interior details. I always find, like, especially in the winter months when you do get the car dirty, the car mats and things, and your shoes are dirty. Even if the car's filthy, it's nice when you're sitting in, go for a drive, and it's just lovely and clean. It smells fresh, smells fresh. Plug. And it's a nice place to be.
Yeah, no, I agree. Actually, my truck is well overdue a wash. I try to wash it at least once a week, if not twice. I haven't washed it in 2 weeks. But I did go out there. I did a quick vacuum. I blew it out with the Tornador. I did a quick wipe down. The inside is crispy clean. Then again, I just recently bought the truck, so it's only got 5,000 miles. So it really wasn't bad. But no, I love doing interior details, and especially for the clients that haven't had a full detail in a while, that they just can't remember what it feels like to feel a clean steering wheel or armrest or gear shifter, or maybe the wife.
It's funny, isn't it? Because when you do clean a leather steering wheel, let's say, and you've got rid of the grease, just natural grease from your fingers and stuff, not like, oh, someone's just dirty, they've got dirty hands and it's all around. Like, we've all seen sorry ladies, we've seen the steering wheels have got some makeup on and things. We've seen them be removed. To all my female followers out there, I don't know how many I have, but yeah. But when you get it clean, it's almost a bit tacky. Yeah, because it's so clean and it looks like a matte, almost like a matte finish.
Yep.
But it's funny, like when you ever see people's 50 Nifties shots, and they do like the leather armrest is always a good one. Bit of tape on that, clean half, dirty half, and then you always ask people to guess which is the clean side, which is the dirty side.
Yep.
People get it wrong. People go, "Oh yeah, it's the shiny side because it's shiny." No, that's the dirty side. That's the greasy.
Yeah, the greasy
side. It's different if it's like visible dirt on a seat. It's like, oh, that's obvious because that's dirt. But when it's like, say, a black leather armrest, and it looks shiny, people assume, I suppose, that wrongly, obviously, but that's the clean bit because looks shiny and things should look shiny.
Exactly.
But yeah, there's nothing like when you've cleaned your gear knob. I know in America people just like automatics, don't they? They don't have the stick, as they call it.
Yep.
So yeah, when for me, when I've got the clean steering wheel, handbrake, gear knob, it's like, yeah, this feels nice. I love it. I don't care if the outside's dirty as much, especially in the winter. We don't get the weekend. All I get is the weekend to clean the car. And if it rains on the weekend, nothing I can do about it. Mm-hmm. But you get a quick half an hour in between, on a nice little dry spell. You get out, take the Hoover, some microfiber towels, bit of spray, whatever, quick wipe down. Because it's only really me in that car. Mm-hmm. The back seats are never really dirty unless the kids go in.
Yeah.
So it's only normally the driver's bit. So you just give everything a quick wipe down and, another spray. And yeah, dude, you need to try these. These are
you're pointing out. You're gonna have to send me.
I'm gonna send you one over. So it's a company called Graphenic.
Okay.
Hopefully I said that name right. And they call it their NutriSmoke collection.
Okay.
And basically, it's like Febreze and Joe Malone have had a love child. So you don't need a lot, and if you've got fabric seats, and then you can spray a little bit in the fabric seats, in the car mats, in any of the upholstery, so the ceiling or the actual carpet itself. Just need a little bit, and it will last. So it's like the blast that lasts. I think that's their slogan. And so basically, for me, I've always hated like the magic trees.
Yep.
Yeah, so you get them in America. Okay.
Oh.
I hate them because I don't like things in the windscreen. I can't stand any obstruction. I don't like it. And I don't like it when I've tried it before. I've put on the indicator and things like that, and it's just like flapping around. I like everything to be clean, and for me, I don't like it. So I've tried things where you get like a gel and you stick it on the dash. And then I've tried it where you get a gel and you stuck them like above so you don't see it. It's not in your eye line. And they've been okay. I've had ones where you put in the air vents and things like that. And then I came across these and I was like, I need to try this. And then I tried it. I was like, these are really good. You just do a bit of spray and you can just do it once a week. But every time after you've just hoovered the car, clean the interior. Yeah. You just top it up. I've introduced it to a good friend of mine who started up I think he's been doing it for about a year now. Okay. He started it during COVID. He started up his own detailing business. And I was like, because I bought loads of cans because I got loads of different fragrances and I wanted to try them. I gave him a couple. So just try these, see how you get on. And he said he liked them, his customers liked them. So then he bought loads of cans, gave me 2 back, and she didn't have to do. And now he uses them and keeps buying their new fragrances. They do other things as well, like actual detailing products in the sense of like washes and stuff. But that's what drawn me to them was the smells. But it's lovely.
That's all that they offer is just the air freshener?
No, so they do that, plus they do like citrus like all the cleaning products as well. Yeah. And they're they're based in the UK. They do ceramic coatings and stuff as well.
Okay. Nice.
But yeah, I'll send you out a can.
Yeah, no, that'd be awesome.
Your address.
Yeah, and then what's this other product you got over
there? So this is Wool Farmer Co, and I use all their detailing products.
Nice.
So I've got all their detailing products from like wheel cleaners right through to like sealants. Okay.
Nice.
So they're my main.
They don't have any ceramic coatings?
They got a glass ceramic.
Nice.
I had a conversation with them. My time's blurry, but a few weeks back, and just said, "Oh, here's it." Gave them like a few suggestions and things that that maybe they could do because they were talking about expanding their range. Yep. I think ceramic is always difficult because there's so many things out there, and it's for any business that's trying to expand the range, it is difficult because you want to offer certain things, and you've got when you've got professional companies that have been doing it for a long time, like your G Techniques, your Geons, other companies like that. It's always like, well, why don't we just focus on other things? Yeah. You can be a brand and you can offer everything from a citrus pre-wash right up to a ceramic coating for the paint, the glass, the wheels. You're almost doing it to, sometimes it could be a detriment. Yeah. As where I always think if for those smaller brands that do have a good loyal fan base and good customers, you want to have strong products. I think smaller range of stronger products. Yeah, and I don't make products. I mean, the only thing that I've ever done is just apparel, and used to buy those Autobella foam cannons and slap my logo on it and sell them as Nifty foam cannon. But I would imagine, like, if you're a brand that's starting out and you want to come out with your own products, and when I mean brand, I'm not really talking about product brands. Like, I'm talking about maybe another detailer that has a strong brand. Mm-hmm. If he wants to start offering products with his logo on it, there's a couple different ways that you can go about it, but I feel like you should
come up with maybe 2 to 4 different products, maybe like a soap, a tire cleaner, tire dressing, interior cleaner or something, and then just try to sell that. Like there's a lot of chemists all around the world, so if you have a great brand, why not come out with a couple different products, try to sell that just through your detailing brand. Your clients and your followers, like, they should love it. They should buy that stuff up.
Well, yeah, if you're using it to clean their car and they really like it and they start asking you, well, hang on, what are you using? Well, actually, I have my own stuff. But saying about the chemists, there's only so many companies that actually make all the products, like the fallout remover and things like that. So everyone that your bigger brands, say your Maguires and those sorts of brands that are on that level,
yep,
they all have to go more or less to the same chemists to get their products made. Yeah, they'll tweak their shampoos, and not just Maguire's but other brands. They'll tweak their shampoos or other things. They'll change the color, the smell, the fragrance, the lubricity, things like that. But they're still made in the same factory.
Yep.
So you can buy. I thought about it, but didn't want to do it. You can go to companies where you can say you can just buy off the shelf stuff, but then slap your logo on it.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can spend time and invest in your time as well as money and tweaking products, and but it's like I said, for smaller brands, I always feel like you should have a core number of products that at least offers a basic range to wash your car and protect it, and then when you want to expand it, just expand on those core products.
Yep.
So I like having conversations with brands about things like that, because I always feel like I've got something useful to say. Whether if no one else agrees with me, I don't know, but yeah, I always feel like I've got something helpful. If I can help someone, I always want to help someone. I've always like that. I always like to try and help out where I can see like someone needs a bit of help.
I feel like we can learn from anybody. Like whether you're a celebrity or top manufacturer like G-Technic, buddy. I feel like you got to listen to the consumers. Hey, what if you did XYZ or something of that nature? Giving you feedback.
And if enough people say it, then they'll realize there's a market for it.
Yeah,
and that's how products develop.
Yeah, exactly. Things. I mean, this is kind of way off topic, but I mean, things are changing all around the world right now, and a lot of people are going electric. And one of the things that I think is pretty impressive is Rolls-Royce is going electric, and some people are iffy about that. They're like, well, hang on, Rolls-Royce is V12. Well, hang on, that thing's a boat. Any Rolls-Royce is a boat, and it takes a minute for that V12 to get up and go. But when you're riding in a Rolls-Royce, that's top elegant, that's premium quality, everything. So you introduce EV into it, and that's just going to make the experience better because it's going to be more quiet. Yes, it's still going to provide the power and torque, but it's going to be more quiet.
Thinking about it though, you could probably you wouldn't need, the car itself wouldn't change. You'd still have top end products inside, the leather, the wood, the diamonds, whatever. It's just that the engine gets replaced with something that doesn't give you that visceral feeling. But then you're not driving a Rolls Royce like you would a Ferrari.
Yeah.
Although they're a car, there's two different things there. You drive the Ferrari because you want to feel that instant bit of burst of power and the grip as you take it around a windy road, and you drive a Rolls Royce, or you get driven in a Rolls Royce because it's comfortable.
Yeah.
And it's elegant. You're going somewhere and you want to turn up in style. Yeah.
So now I got a question. So you said Ferrari instead of Lamborghini. Is that just the first thing that came to mind, or are you a Ferrari guy?
Yeah, I am a Ferrari guy. The thing about Lamborghinis is you could be the most quietest, subtle person in the world. You drive a Lambo, the thing is, it's not, I don't know what it is. It's like BMW drivers. People say we don't indicate, but we do. We know what they are. You land in a Lambo and people just go, oh, I'm not going to say the word, but
Yeah. Okay.
That's where like you could be an annoying person in a Ferrari, but someone was like, "Oh yeah, look at that Ferrari, man! It's the Ferrari." And I think it's that Lambo people just have that stigma, and it's not fair. But yeah, Lambos are lovely cars. They're loud as anything, and it's almost like when I've gone to a few car meets, and you see high-end Porsches, Lambos, Ferraris, all sorts. I love to look at them and I love to hear the sound, but I feel like it's not a car I could live with.
Mm.
I feel like it would be too, I can't afford one, but that's okay. That's by the by. But yeah, I feel like if I could get one for free, if someone says, right, you can have any one of these for free, what would you have? Yeah. I feel like it would be Ferrari for me, because the way they've got the speed, but they've also got the handling capability.
Yeah.
And it's that prestige as well that Ferrari has.
Yeah, man, I don't know. Yeah, it's crazy.
But I do like a nice Porsche. Again, Porsche is a mid-range engine, more affordable than a Ferrari. There we go.
Quite a Porsche guy.
Porsche down nothing, look. No, I do. I love Porsches. My father-in-law has a Porsche. I have a video of me detailing that car. It's on my channel if anyone wants to watch it. And I love being in that car. I've been fortunate enough to drive it a couple of times, and it's that thing of like, it's got the power.
Mm-hmm.
It's not overly powerful in the sense of like, you feel like you're going to run out of talent at any point and crash it.
Yep.
But it handles, it's like it's glued to the road. It's just perfectly balanced and very well made.
Yeah.
So I do feel like for me, that's more of an attainable car, but I would love to one day own a Ferrari. Would love that. I have driven one around a racetrack when you do like those track day things.
So you loved it.
Yeah, the instructor was like, "What car do you drive?" And I was like, "I just have a little Peugeot, just a small, really small, like, hatchback."
Yeah.
He goes, "Okay, well, let's just take it easy." And I was like, "No, I got like 3 laps in this thing. I'm not taking it easy." And there's a big straight, and I was like, "I'm getting to 100 on this straight, whether we crash it or not. I'm getting to 100." So I was like coming out the corner, doing 50, and I was literally redlining every single gear change on the flappy paddle, and I was like keeping it lovely and well maintained. And I was getting to 110, and then you slow down, bend it round, and then I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And I thought, well, why not? I'm only going to get this once. And I haven't had a track day since, but it was like, well, I'm going to go for it. I don't care. I enjoyed it. And I was like, I can see why people, I just thought to myself, I can see why people buy these cars. The power, the sheer power it had was just unbelievable.
Yeah, I haven't gotten loose with a Ferrari. I've rented an R8 and a Huracan. And I mean, those are
same car, isn't it, really?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
But man,
R8s are nice, though. I would rather have an Audi R8 over the Lambo, which is basically the same. They all come, most of the parts are the same. It's just it's just slightly tweaked different. I feel like an R8 is really, funny enough, there was one in my village the other day.
Right.
A white one with black wheels, black top, black like trim here and there. And it just looked absolutely mint. Sounded amazing.
Nice.
And I was like, yeah, that's a cool car.
Well, I was able to get behind the wheel of a GT2 RS.
Nice.
And man,
you really didn't want to give that back, did you?
I did not. I didn't. So I don't know if you know the saying over there, but here in the U.S., there's like this saying like, "Let's go to Mexico." You ever heard of that?
Yeah, I've heard it. I've heard the expression. Yeah.
So basically, going to Mexico is you're on the interstate, and it's either just you or you and somebody that's trying to race, and you're just hauling butt. I mean, you got
like 50 cop cars behind you, and you're trying to get away.
Yeah, but you're just in and out of car. You're just hauling butt. And man, I wanted to go to Mexico, but it's not my property to be going to Mexico in. And the client was there, and he said I can get on it, and boy, did I get on it. But this was all
not like 100. Yeah, but you weren't like 100% on it. You're like more like tentatively on it, I suppose.
Yeah,
they're powerful machines.
Yeah, we made sure to stay under 60 miles an hour
for legal reasons.
For legal.
This happened over 7 years ago.
Yeah. No, but Yeah, man. I don't know, man. If somebody asks me what type of car do I want, I'm the type of person I have to drive it first, because I've driven a Ferrari F430. Like when I mean drive, like more than just in and out of the client's garage. Like I'm
Yeah.
talking several miles. So Ferrari F430, the Huracan, an Aventador. I'm really not crazy about Aventadors. A
Look
Rolls.
nice though.
Yep. The Rolls Royce was the most stressful car I've ever had to drive, and it wasn't as much as the Lamborghini Aventador, but it was just so stressful because it was 1 of 50. I'm on the
That's the
highway.
problem. That's the problem with those cars, because people customize them so much as well. They're very limited numbers, and it's not just you. You could be driving perfect.
Yeah.
It's the other road users that aren't paying attention. They're on their phones.
They're recording you.
They're recording. You go, oh wow! And that's the other thing as well, is you see people when they see a nice car and they're looking at it, they go, oh wow, look at that! Ooh, bang! You know, and that could be you. I think on that note, it's a good time to end this. Want to thank you for coming on.
Appreciate it.
It's like we said earlier, it's taken a while, but we got there.
Yeah.
It's always good to catch up with you. Always good.
Yeah, man. 100%. I'm glad to get the opportunity to come on here, and I'm just really glad that we finally was able to. Hopefully, a lot of people listening to this, watching it, can find a lot of value, whether they're detailers or they're anybody
just
else
interested in it.
Yeah, just interested in it, because just one last thing, not to cut you off.
Yeah, that's fine.
I feel like success is about how many people you impact, and it's not always about how much money you have and what you're wearing and what you drive. Like however many people's lives that you impact on your way to being a successful person, I feel like that's the true definition of success.
Okay, yeah, I'll agree with that. I wish you all the success with your business. And obviously, we'll keep in touch anyway. So I'll see how you're getting on. Yeah,
man, you got to send me the care package of this this flu smelly stuff. I'm excited to smell it.
Flu smelly stuff. Graphenic. Yeah, no, I'll send you one over. I'll send you a tin over.
Awesome.
Hopefully you'll like it as much as I do.
Yeah, man. I might have to. You might be my plug. I have to continue to send me the cans.
Supplier. Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, so obviously wish you all the best for the future of Nifty Auto. Look forward to finding out what the other peaks are on the mountain. I look forward to more of your YouTube content and TikTok stuff. Yeah, just wish you all the best, man. And obviously, with your recovery from your knee, I hope you're all good now, and a new prosthetic is working really well. Looks good. No, I hope you're fully recovered and everything's all good and there's no long-lasting damage, and yeah, everything's good for you.
Yeah, man.
So with that in mind, thanks everyone for watching. If you liked it, thumbs up. If you didn't like it, thumbs up. And leave a comment below. Cool. Thanks everyone.
Thanks, guys. Take care.